Broadcasting live from the Meridian via OBS Studio Broadcast Center at Centennial Sportsplex. This is GNASH Hockey on the Middle Tennessee Sports Network as we move into the final game of our tripleheader this evening, the second Hine Cup elimination game of the night. Station Camp Liberty Creek, the 6th seed, taking on 2-seeded Centennial. And they're in the final minute of pregame. We'll go ahead and do our pregame stuff. Let's talk about the two teams playing this game. First up, Station Camp Liberty Creek, coached by Joe Siciliano. Lost 4-3 to the Outlaws last Wednesday night. Riley Hunter, the leading scorer, has 2 points from assists. Sam Wiseman, Joey Siciliano, Toby Mahaffey, all have a point from a goal, and McLean Gregory has a point from an assist. Carter Galeese played in the game. He played the full 42 minutes, allowed 4 goals on 39 shots, turned away the other 35. His save percentage in the regular season so far is 90, and his goals against average is 4. On Wednesday, talking about Centennial now, coached by Connor McKenzie, the Cougars lost 6-3 to Hendersonville. So let's look at their player stats coming into tonight. Rhett Gordon has 2 points from a goal and an assist. Aiden Garner and Calvin Zacharias each with a point from a goal. Nick Kloss and Cooper Davis each with a point from an assist. David Busby played the game in net. I'm going to estimate he played 40 minutes because the last goal for Hendersonville was an empty netter. He allowed 5 goals on 28 shots, turned away the other 23. His save percentage in the regular season is 82. As they say, his goals against average is 5, but that's because they have him down full 42 minutes. It would actually be below 5 since he didn't play the full 42 minutes in goal. Let's see if we have an update from B on the USN Rutherford game, or we can get one. It's been almost 20 minutes, so Rich Miller should be sending us an update soon. The other elimination game of the night, the first Preds Cup elimination game between Franklin and Summit, should be getting underway by now over on the Chris Brink in Bellevue. These two teams met twice in the regular season. Centennial won both times, 4-1 on October 23rd and 6-2 on November 8th, the first night, or in the first game of the second half of the regular season. Winner of this game will play the USN Rutherford loser on Wednesday night at 7:30 on the North Rink in Antioch. In a loser's bracket quarterfinal, the loser season is over. David Busby going to be in goal for Centennial. Carter Galeese starting in goal for Station Camp for this first period. Centennial will carry the puck from my left to right. Bison from my right to left as the game is underway with a Bison winning the draw and dumping it into the Centennial zone deep. Joey Siciliano at the inboards, trying to backhand it out in front. Intercepted. It's out at center. And dumped into the Station Camp zone by Tate Butcher, the 8th grader on this Cougar side. Now Calvin Zacharias, so the puck came to him. He shot it in the net, but the puck went offside. It just went over the blue line and was sent back in. The first 25 seconds have gone off the clock. Puck dropped right in front of the Station Camp bench. Won by Centennial. Brendan Mitchell, right wing side, trying to send it to the front of the net, was knocked away by a Station Camp stick. Puck carried into the Centennial zone, poked away by McLean Gregory, or poked away from McLean Gregory. Now it's over on the far side. Gregory, right wing corner. Backhanding it up to the right point. Sam Wiseman, who just kept it atop the blue line. Gregory with it again as it swiped off his stick. Cleared out by Calvin Zacharias. Sam Wiseman trying to shoot it on goal from center. Actually went off a Centennial stick, still came on goal. David Busby had to stop and cover. 12:48 left in the first, no goals on the board. Draw me to the right of Busby. One by Centennial. Puck over on the far boards, Rhett Gordon. The right wing corner, battling with Tommy Siciliano. Now Siciliano puts it out in front. Mark White, a one-timer stop by Busby. Rebound came near Siciliano, but he couldn't get a stick on it. Here's Aiden Kramer, a shot blocked. Puck was poked away from Blake Connect. John Caesar clears it out. Aiden Kramer tracks it down. Puck inside the Bison zone, cleared up by Station Camp. Tommy Siciliano, right wing side of the Centennial zone, got tripped. He got tripped by Rhett Gordon, who's going to go to the box for it. Station Camp will get the first power play of the game. No goals on the board. 11:55 to go in the first. Draw is going to be to the left of David Busby. Rutherford leading USN 3-2 after 2. In the other Hine Cup winners bracket semi. Draws to the left of Busby. One by Station Camp. Trying to keep it in the zone, and it is cleared out by a falling Cooper Davis. But dumped right back in by Station Camp. So if Rutherford hang on and win that game, they'll play Hendersonville next Wednesday night, the 21st. In the winners bracket final, as Toby Mahaffey tried to set up Tommy Siciliano at the far side of the net, but Siciliano couldn't get his stick on it. Back the other way goes Brendan Mitchell. Into the Station Camp zone, but lost the puck right at the blue line. It's dumped in by Blake Butcher. Joey Siciliano behind his own net. Drops it behind the net for Austin Givens. Passed up the far side. And now it'll be dumped into the Station Camp zone by Brendan Mitchell. Drop behind the net for Givens by Joey Siciliano. Now sent up the far side by Givens. It's in the Centennial zone on the right wing. Tommy Siciliano with it under a minute left in the power play. For a Station Camp put in front. Toby Mahaffey shot it, one-timed it over a wide open net. As Centennial fire it to the other end of the rink. Now the puck comes to the Station Camp zone, stopped by Galeese. He'll keep play going, let his teammates have it. Joey Siciliano into the Centennial zone on the right wing side. Behind the net, under 30 seconds left of the power play for the Bison. Puck sent around to the far side by Patrick McCarthy. McLean Gregory in the right wing corner. Around the back of the net. Passes out left circle. McCarthy trying to go to the slot. Puck knocked away from him by Owen Boyer. Boyer behind his own net. Tried to clear it. It hit McLean Gregory. Blake Connect will carry it out. Penalty time against Centennials up the back at even strength. Puck poked away at center. Connor Jenny backhands it back into the Centennial zone. Here's Patrick McCarthy trying to put it in front. When unable to get a stick on it was Dylan Karenjeff. Brendan Mitchell tried to clear, held into the blue line. Mark White is shot into the glove of a standing Busby who hangs on for the whistle. 9:38 left in the first, no goals on the board. By the way, Centennial in that loss to Hendersonville last Wednesday only had 10 shots on goal in the whole game. You're going to win games this late in the season. You can't be having games where you don't get that many shots on goal. Puck out at center. Sent back the other way for a moment by Andrew Grooms, but intercepted by Rhett Gordon. He carries it into the Station Camp zone to the front of the net. Shot, score! The big man forced his way to the front of the net and fires it in. Centennial scoring their first shot. They're up 1-0 with 9:25 to go in the first. Puck in the station camp zone. Bison clear it out. Blake Connect at center. Nudging it ahead for Brendan Mitchell. Mitchell, right wing side of the station camp zone. Tried to put it in front that was broken up. Held in by Blake Connect. Over to Rhett Gordon. One-timer missed the net. Puck sent back into the station camp zone, immediately cleared out by Andrew Grooms. Here's Blake Connect. Ahead to Tate Butcher, drop back to big brother Blake. Now here's Blake Connect passing it up the far side. Owen Boyer with a deflection towards the station camp blue line. Puck came back to him. Now he sends it back into the station camp zone, but offside called against the Cougars. Rhett Gordon had not gotten back on side quite yet. 8:21 to go in the first, and Centennial up 1-0. Draw is going to be on the dot across from the station camp bench at center. Draw one by station camp. Braden Croxford carried it to the Centennial blue line and it poked away. Here's Nick Kloss back into the station camp zone on the left wing side. A shot missed the net. Puck past the slot, intercepted and cleared out by the Bison. Blake Butcher backhands it back into the station camp zone. Sam Wiseman passing it up the far wall, knocked down by Butcher, but given right to Braden Croxford, Reese McCormick, right wing side of the Centennial zone. His shot knocked away by Busby. Puck held into the blue line by Riley Hunter. Now Nick Kloss turns it over, and Reese McCormick backhands it past the net to the right of Busby, just to the right. Puck passed up the far side. Here's Calvin Zacharias at center. Zacharias into the station camp zone on the left wing side. Backhands the puck up towards the left point. Nick Kloss will dump it back down into the left wing corner. Wiseman couldn't keep his stick on it, and then not banked off the far kick plate very hard by Zacharias. Nick Kloss will dump it back into the station camp zone from center. Here's Zacharias behind the net. Coming out to the right wing, his shot hit the outside of the net. Puck cleared out by the Bison. It's back in the Centennial zone. Poke free and a shot just missed the net to the right of Busby from McLean Gregory. Puck out at center. Up on the far side, Blake Connect. Flinging it ahead, knocked down by Joey Siciliano. Toby Mahaffey. Left wing side of the Centennial zone, trying to pass to the slot. Broken up by Mitchell. Puck sent around the wall to the near side, held into the left point. Croxford, Andrew Grooms, a one-timer, deflected past the net. Blake Connect. Passing it out to the far side. Here is Blake Butcher passing it up the far side to Rhett Gordon. Now it's back in the station camp zone on the left wing side, and a shot from an odd angle off the glove of Carter Galise. That shot came from Cooper Davis. Puck still inside the station camp zone. Came to the front of the net. Carter Galise covers it and then pushes it over to the end boards to keep play alive. It's out at center, Gordon. Blake Butcher now passing it up the near side. Owen Boyer will backhand it into the station camp zone. Puck out on the far side. And cleared out. Now there's McLean Gregory into the Centennial zone. Puck poked away on the right wing side. Blake Butcher's pass went off the skates of Rhett Gordon, came right back into the zone. Gordon with it again. Gordon skating around, then falls over with it on the far side. Gordon having trouble trying to get back to his skates. Puck comes up to the right point. Aiden Kramer backhands it down the wall right to Gordon. Gordon will flip it out to center. Nick Kloss, left wing side of the station camp zone, drops it back to Gordon. Lost the puck, gives a shove to Aiden Kramer. Puck out at center. Now here's McLean Gregory back into the Centennial zone. Triple team to the puck poked away. He gets it back. Backhands it down to the inboards. Blake Connect. Sending it around to the far side. Dylan Karenjeff will keep it in and drop it back down low. Mark White behind the Centennial net. Passing it back out to the far wall. Owen Boyer will slap it to the other end of the rink for an icing. No, it's waved off. It went off a stick on the way down, so waved off. And now we get a whistle because Sam Wiseman tried to pass the puck up the near side, and I think it may have gone off the stick of Brendan Mitchell into the netting above the glass. 4:01 to go in the first. Still 1-0. Centennial. Draw is going to be to the left. Nope, they're going to have it outside the zone in front of the station camp bench. Blake connects with the puck in his own zone, backhanding it up the near side and out to center. Picked up by Andrew Grooms. He'll send it back into the Centennial zone. Now Blake Butcher. Up the near side to little brother Tate. Had to go off his stick into the station camp zone. Andrew Grooms with it, leaves it. Flicked ahead to Mark White. Blake Butcher deep in his own zone. Leaves it in the left wing corner. Now passes ahead to Brendan Mitchell out at center. Mitchell sends it into the station camp zone. Went off a stick. Still inside the zone. Riley Hunter, I think, trying to clear. Held into the blue line. Cooper Davis a shot. Gloved and held onto by Carter Galeese. 2:54 to go in the first. Still 1-0 Centennial. Draw was to the left of Galeese. Centennial won it but couldn't keep it in the zone. It's taken out. Brought into the Centennial end by Mason Campbell, but then taken back by the Cougars. Cooper Davis, left wing side of the station camp zone with a shot. Gloved and held on to by Galeese. Draws to Galeese's right. Won by Centennial. Puck fired past the net to the left of Galeese by Cade Henderson. It's cleared down ice. We get a whistle. Some type of infraction against station camp, I guess. Maybe it touched somebody on the bench and it's way down. Draws to the left of Galeese. There's a shot off the draw by Cooper Davis. Stopped and covered up by Galeese. 2:18 left in the first. Still 1-0 Centennial. Draw be to Galeese's left again. Blake Butcher, puck came up his way. He sends it down low. Put out in front of one. Boyer shot. Oh, turned away by Galeese. Puck comes out to the blue line. Blake Butcher holds it in. They'll decide to dump it back to the end boards. Puck in the left wing corner. But out in front, we're going to have a penalty. We're going to have a slashing call, I think, against Centennial, I think. I think it's Cooper Davis in the box. Yes, it is. So Station Camp back to the power play, down 1-0 with 1:48 to go in the first. Rhett Gordon has to go back to the bench. Must have some type of equipment issue. Draws to the left. Yeah, it is because he dropped the gloves and he's fixing his helmet. Draws to the left of David Busby. Hasn't seen much action in a while. You might see a lot in this power play. Draw one by Station Camp. Calvin Zacharias trying to clear it out. Held in. McLean Gregory across to Tobin Mahaffey. Sending it towards the front of the net. Off the left leg pad of Busby. There's a shot from Joey Siciliano. Right point turned away by Busby. Puck behind the net. Backhander clearing attempt held into the blue line by Austin Givens. Now it's cleared out by Brendan Mitchell. Here's McLean Gregory backhanding it back into the Centennial zone. Puck at the end boards. Blake Connect sends it around the wall to the far side. And out. Minute left in the first. Gregory at center. Brings it into the Centennial zone on the left wing. Backhands it over to the right wing side. Joyce Siciliano, right point. A shot hit something and just went past the net to the right of Busby. Under a minute left in the power play now for Station Camp, by the way. Here's Tobin Mahaffey passing it out high to the point. A center point off the stick of Joyce Siciliano, and out to center it went. 30 seconds left in the period. Puck still in the Station Camp zone. Now 30 seconds left on the Bison power play. At center, Joyce Siciliano brings it into the Centennial zone on the right wing side. A shot knocked away by Busby. Puck cleared by Centennial. Puck cleared specifically by Nick Kloss, who took a big hit. That's going to be a penalty against Station Camp. Joey Siciliano going to be called for a hit from behind. Wow. It's a 2 and a 10, isn't it? Is that just a 2 for the hit from behind? I guess so. I don't see anybody else sitting in the box with him. Unless they do send somebody. .6 seconds left in the first. Draws to the left of Galeese. So 14 seconds of 4-on-4. Draw one by Centennial. Shot from Nick Kloss. Gloved and held onto by Galeese. And that is the end of the first period. Rhett Gordon with the early goal for the Cougars, and they have a 1-0 lead on Station Camp Liberty Creek at the end of one in this Hine Cup elimination game. Ready to go with the start of the second period. Carter Galise still in goal for Station Camp. David Busby still in goal for Centennial. For the second period, Station Camp will carry the puck from my left to right, Centennial from my right to left. 11 seconds left in the 4-on-4 to start the second, and then Centennial will have a power play. Drawing by Centennial to start the second. Brendan Mitchell had it knocked off his stick from behind as he crossed the Station Camp blue line. Now carries the puck around the back of the net. Penalty time against Centennial is up. They're now on the power play for a minute 46. Puck near the left-hand side of the Station Camp net. Picked up by Rhett Gordon. He carries it up the wall. Out to the blue line. Back to the right wing side. Nick Kloss. Gordon calling for it. Kloss fires it across. Gordon shot. Nice save by Galise, who backed into the net and dislodged it. 87 seconds left in the power play. 13:30 to go in the second. 1-0 Centennial. Draw one by Centennial. Rhett Gordon to the front of the net. A shot. I think it's stopped by Galise. They may have hit him in the mask. Puck still in the zone on the far side. Station Camp trying to get it out. Calvin Zacharias keeps it in, flicks it down the wall. Tommy Siciliano picks it up. Sends it around the wall to the near side. Toby Mahaffey tried to clear, held into the blue line. Blake Connect. Pass down the near side to Rhett Gordon. Gordon and it knocked off his stick. Brendan Mitchell a shot. Turned away by Galise. Deflected over the net. Under a minute left in the power play for Centennial. Blake Connect left wing side. Gordon with a big hit on Tommy Siciliano at the inboards. And he's going to go to the box for roughing. Rutherford leading USN 4-2 with 2:30 left in regulation. As Rhett Gordon goes to the box for the second time tonight, this time for roughing. So we'll have 4-on-4 for 54 seconds, 12:57 to go in the second, 1-0 Centennial leading. Draw's going to be to David Busby's right. Draw one by Centennial. Stretch pass up the near side. Calvin Zacharias at center. Into the Station Camp zone on the right, left wing side. Pass across. Brendan Mitchell, a shot off the glove of Galise, and it ends up behind the net. Puck out to center. Zacharias over to Mitchell. Poke back the other way. It's in the Centennial zone under 30 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Nick Kloss needing to get it out of his zone because Toby Mahaffey's trying to take it away. And they get it out to center. Here's Brendan Mitchell into the Station Camp zone on the right wing side. Across Nick Kloss, one-timer. Nice save by Galise. He got over. Got over just in time. Penalty time against Station Camp is up there now on the power play for 66 seconds. Here's Toby Mahaffey. Through center into the Centennial zone, left wing side. Put in front, off the stick of Connor Jenny. One of the three Station Camp seniors hoping tonight is not his last game. Under a minute left in the power play for the Bison. Riley Hunter shot in the right point, missed the net. Puck comes down low to Mahaffey in the left wing corner, battling with Blake Connect. Aiden Connect is standing on the Centennial bench in street clothes with a leg brace going down his left shin. 30 seconds left in the power play, so Aiden, I guess, has suffered an injury that's ended his high school career because he's a senior too. Toby Mahaffey, left wing side of the Centennial zone, backhands it across. And the Cougars come up with it and clear. Austin Givens picks it up. Oh, then he falls over behind his own net. Back to his skates, though, to keep his stick on the puck. Tate Butcher bumps him off, but McLean Gregory's there to get the loose puck. Penalty time against Centennial is up. They're back at even strength. Rhett Gordon out of the box onto the bench. Austin Givens hands the puck off to Dylan Karen. Jeff sends it around the wall to the near side. And now here's Owen Boyer, right wing side of the Station Camp zone. Shot it or deflected off a Station Camp player, ended up behind the net. I think it was a cross-ice pass attempt as the Bison end up icing the puck. 10:25 left in the second. Still 1-0 Centennial. So unless USN come back, the winner of this game will be playing the Eagles on Wednesday night in the losers bracket quarterfinal over in Antioch at 7:30. Draw be to Galice's right. Won by Centennial, and Calvin Zacharias' one-timer blocked, held in at the blue line. Left point, Blake Butcher moving down, a shot blocked in front by Andrew Grooms. Karen Jeff will clear it for another icing. Draw be to Galice's right once more. Puck out on the far side, off the draw. Calvin Zacharias backhands it down low. It's coming around to the near side. And out at center with it is Mark White. White, right wing side of the Centennial zone. Took a shot that went off a stick and past the net, across the front of the net actually. Cougars clear it out. Here's Rhett Gordon. Puck was sent towards the Centennial blue line, broken up by the Cougars, brought back into the Station Camp zone on the right wing by Brendan Mitchell, who's looking around for some help, but nobody came in the zone, and then it went, he tried to drop it towards the inboards. It went off a Station Camp skate and out to center. Now it's back in the Bison zone, but Andrew Grooms controls. Pass over to the far side. Now the puck sent across. Gordon out at center. Rhett Gordon into the Station Camp zone. Got pushed off the puck from behind by Mark White. Puck held in at the left point. Blake Connect. Across to Calvin Zacharias. Right circle. Shot, score! Calvin Zacharias fires the puck into the roof of the net to extend Centennial's lead to 2-0 with 8:58 to go in the second. Centennial win the draw, dump it into the Station Camp zone. It's behind the net, Sam Wiseman. Banks it off the near kick, played it out. Here's Blake Connect trying to backhand it across. It was broken up by the stick of Jaden Robertson. Puck sent around the boards to the near side. It's in the Centennial zone. Now it's out at center. Riley Hunter. Over to Sam Wiseman. Try to get it ahead to McLean Gregory. It misses him and goes for an icing. 8:13 to go in the second. 2-0 Centennial. Draw is going to be to the left of Galice. Draw one by Centennial and a shot in the right wing boards, and Tate Butcher was stopped by Galice. Puck out at center. And Tate Butcher with a big hit on Braden Croxford. Puck slides back into the Station Camp zone. Riley Hunter will clear it. It's going up the far side into the Centennial end. Picked up Tommy Siciliano with a backhander. Turned away by David Busby. Here's Blake Connect. Skating it to center. Connect. Right wing side of the Station Camp zone. Shakes off a hit. Gets off a shot and misses the net. Puck on the near side. Drop down low. Tommy Siciliano trying to get it over to Riley Hunter. That's out at center. Braden Croxford with it. icing will be called against Station Camp. Whoever iced it was just behind the red line. 7:19 left in the second. 2-0 Centennial. Draws to the left of Galeese. One by Station Camp. They try and clear, but it's held in at the right point, and Blake Butcher takes a big hit. I think Patrick McCarthy was going to go to the box for it. So McCarthy to the box. Let's see what they call. Boarding, so a 2 and a 10. Rutherford beat USN 5-2. So the winners bracket final a week from Wednesday night is set for the Hine Cup. Rutherford and Hendersonville on the North Ring in Antioch at 9:15. Centennial back in the power play. Up 2-0 with 7:13 left in the second. So just 2 games remaining on this busy Monday. This game and the Summit Franklin elimination game in the Predators Cup. Nick Kloss, puck knocked off his stick, comes over to the right wing side. Zacharias across, Blake Butcher shot, stopped by Galeese. Nice save by Galeese. Puck cleared out by the Bison. Here is Nick Kloss. Here's Brendan Mitchell, bringing it back in on the right wing side. A shot, gloved and held onto by Carter Galeese. I don't know if Station Camp can come back and win this one, but their graduating class for this year is pretty small, and as long as they don't lose Mark White or Joey Siciliano or Jaden Robertson or McLean Gregory or Mikey Baronier or Riley Hunter, they're going to be a pretty good team next year. Toby Mahaffey. Draw was to the left of Galeese, won by Centennial. Calvin Zacharias passing it down the right wing to, I think it's Blake Butcher. Yes, it was, but he lost the puck and Station Camp clear. Puck comes down. Mahaffey, his shot. Oh, went off a skate and just past the net to the right of Busby. The puck ended up loose going out to the right wing side of the Centennial zone. Mahaffey jumped on it and got off with a shot. Under a minute left in the power play for Centennial. Puck brought back into the Station Camp zone. Unable to hang on to it was Nick Kloss. Here's Toby Mahaffey back in the other direction. Right wing side of the Centennial zone. A shot. Turned away by Busby. Here's Mitchell. Drops it back to Rhett Gordon, right wing side of the Station Camp zone. A backhander hit the outside netting. And then Galeese backs into the net and dislodges it. 36 seconds left of the power play. 5:50 to go in the second. Still 2-0 Centennial. Draw to the left of Galeese. Won by Centennial. Blake Connect jabbed it down the wall. Trying to clear it out was, I think, it was Mason Campbell trying to clear it out. It came to Blake Connect, and his wrist shot ends up in the glove of Galeese. They'll drop it to his left once again. 25 seconds left in the power play for the Cougars. One by Centennial, Blake Connect, right point, taking a shot off his stick and past the net. Tate Butcher back his out in front. Boyer, a shot off the glove, I think, of Galeese and dribbled past the net. Yep, they're giving it to him. Shot in the right circle, blocked, and then a shot from Boyer, stopped by Galeese. Puck in the left wing corner. Toby Mahaffey will bring it out to center. Penalty time against Station Camp is up, and they're back at even strength. Puck was back in the Centennial zone. Cougars quickly cleared it out, but there was a hit on the far side that has drawn a penalty against Centennial. And, well, Cooper Davis Called for cross-checking, and then he said something to the referee and cost himself a 10-minute misconduct. I think it's Cooper. I think Cooper now has 3 penalties. He had a minor earlier in the game. So he's got to be careful. Station Camp returning to the power play down 2-0 with 4:52 to go in the second. Draws to the left of Busby. Centennial are missing a player, so wait a minute. I think it's Station Camp who are missing another player. Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, Sophia Soar is going to serve the 2-minute penalty against Cooper Davis because he got a 10-minute misconduct. So Sophia Soar is going to sit in the penalty box for 2 minutes. Draws to Busby's left. One by Station Camp. Connor Jenny shot! Stopped and held on to by Busby. Draw was won by Centennial. Came right to Connor Jenny. His shot missed the net, and the Cougars will clear. Galeese will let Andrew Grooms play it. Grooms sends it around the wall to the far side. Here's Connor Jenny. Jenny carries it to center. Shoots it on goal from center, and Busby gloves it and decides to hang on for the whistle. It would have gone past the net, but Busby decided to glove it just to be safe. 89 seconds left of the power play, 4:21 to go. In the second, still 2-0. Centennial draws to the left of Busby. Draw one by Centennial. They'll clear it out. Andrew Grooms will track it down. Grooms pushed into the boards by Brendan Mitchell is going to go to the box for it. Boarding a 2 and a 10 against Mitchell. It's going to be a 5-on-3 for the Bison for 71 seconds. .403 left in the second. Centennial up 2-0. They'll now be down 2 men for over a minute. It's going to be Clayton Hodgson who's going to serve the 2. That penalty box is full. Sophia Soares had to get off the bench. She's now standing behind Danny Corns, the scorekeeper. She's the one serving Cooper Davis's penalty because he got 2 minutes for cross-checking, and then he mouthed off to the ref and got 10-minute misconduct. Draw to the right of Busby, won by Centennial. They fire it down ice. 1 minute left in the 5-on-3. Tommy Siciliano carries it to center. Into the Centennial zone on the right wing side. Shot, score! Siciliano over the bottom of the right circle. Fires it. I think it may have gone off the glove of Busby into the back of the net. But Station Camp convert the 5-on-3, and they're down 2-1 with 3:42 left in the second. Now 99 seconds and a 5-on-4 to go. Draw one by Station Camp. Puck sent up the far wall, intercepted by Centennial. Dumped into the Station Camp zone. McLean Gregory knocked down as the puck came to him inside the inside the Centennial zone. Puck comes to Rhett Gordon, and he'll backhand it out. All the way down the ice. Galeese will step out of the net and leave it for Austin Givens. Givens passing it up the far side to Mark White. Tried to go over to McLean Gregory. It actually hit the stick of Blake Connect. Minute left in the 5-on-4 for Station Camp. Puck in the Centennial zone. Here's Nick Kloss backhanding it around the wall to the near side. Puck comes out to the blue line. Austin Givens holds it in. His shot blocked. And Toby Mahaffey couldn't hang on to it. It's cleared down ice. Towards the Station Camp net. Had to be stopped by Galeese, and he'll hand it off to Andrew Grooms. 30 seconds left in the 5-on-4. Puck is dumped into the Centennial zone. Busby will leave it behind the net for Blake Connect. Nudges it over to the near side and Nick Kloss. And Owen Boyer whiffed trying to dump it down ice, but he did manage to push it into the Centennial zone, Station Camp zone. Sam Wiseman flicking it up the near side. Connor Jenny, and it poked away at center. Blake Connect brings it into the Station Camp zone. Penalty time against Centennial's up. Shot by Connect off of Galeese and over the net. Cougars back at even strength. Jenny had it poked off his stick at center. Taken back by Andrew Grooms. It's inside the Station Camp zone. Sent up the far wall. Intercepted by Nick Kloss. Kloss backhands it back into the Station Camp zone. Puck sent around the boards to the near side. McLean Gregory clears it out. Here's Blake Butcher. Got knocked down from behind by Mark White. Actually, a gentle bump that knocked him to his knees. It wasn't like a big hit. Puck back in the Centennial zone deep behind the net. Here's Rhett Gordon. Passing it out to center for Tate Butcher. Knocked down by Connor Jenny, who's going to go to the box. Elbowing. So Centennial will go back in the power play up 2-1 with 63 seconds to go in the second. Draw be to Galeese's right. Won by Station Camp. They try and clear, held in at the left point. Blake Connect, under a minute left in the first. Connect moving down the left wing, trying to go to the front of the net. Puck knocked away from him. Here's Rhett Gordon. Spinning around and dumping it down deep. Andrew Grooms in the left wing corner with it. He'll fire it to the other end of the rink. Busby hangs on to it, and he fires it up the near side to Blake Connect, who passes off to Rhett Gordon. Gordon into the Station Camp zone. Down the slot in front of backhander. Stopped by Galeese, and then he runs into Galeese and knocks the net loose. 30.9 seconds to go in the second. 87 seconds left in the power play. Centennial up 2-1. Galeese readjusting his mask. Draw be to his left. Draw was won by Station Camp, given away to Centennial, and then given back to the Bison. Dylan Karen Jeff clears. Busby out of his net to play it. He'll leave it behind the net for Nick Kloss. Banks it off the near kick plate to Gordon. Across to Zacharias. Now Owen Boyer, right wing side of the Station Camp zone. Shakes off a hit attempt, tries to pass it up to Zacharias. Minute left in the power play. Puck ends up going all the way back down to the Centennial zone, and that is it for the second. Calvin Zacharias scoring Centennial's second, and Tommy Siciliano getting Station Camp Liberty Creek on the board. And the Cougars lead the Bison 2-1 after 2 in this Hine Cup elimination showdown. David Busby still in goal for Centennial. Carter Galise still in goal for Station Camp. For this third period, Centennial carry the puck from my left to right. Station Camp from my right to left. Centennial starting the third period with 56 seconds of power play time carrying over. If Station Camp can tie the game up and get it to the end of regulation that way, then we'll go to a sudden death 3-on-3 5-minute overtime. Centennial with a puck off the draw. A shot from Calvin Zacharias. Ends up in the netting above the glass off the glove of Carter Galise. Draw to the right of Galise. Station Camp win it and clear it out. Into the Centennial zone it goes. Picked up by Nick Kloss. Sent around the wall to the near side. 30 seconds left in the power play. For Centennial, as two Station Camp players run into each other. Toby Mahaffey and Mason Campbell ran into each other and fell over inside the Centennial zone. Here's Rhett Gordon shooting the left wing. Turned away by Carter Galise. Left point with it, moving along the blue line. Kloss shot, score! Kloss to the high slot. Fires it into the roof of the net to convert the power play and put Centennial up 3-1 with 13:11 left in regulation. Puck in the Centennial zone. Joey Siciliano backhands it out in front, but unable to get a stick on it was Dylan Karajeff. It's cleared away from the net. Now Rhett Gordon at center. Rhett Gordon into the Station Camp zone on the left wing side. There's going to be a penalty against Gordon. Another one. A cross check. It's going to be his third of the game. He's going to have to be careful because if he gets one more penalty, he's out of the game and he's suspended for Centennial's next one. Unless they end up losing this game, then he's a senior. Centennial would have to pay a $100 fine for the one-game suspension that could not be served because he's a senior and he's gone after this year. So Station Camp now in the power play down 3-1 with just over 12 minutes to go. Centennial cleared the puck out of their zone. Puck back in the Centennial end, cleared out by Calvin Zacharias. Puck brought back into the Centennial zone. A backhander from Joey Siciliano stopped. By David Busby. Under a minute left in the power play for Station Camp. Puck back deep in the Bison zone. Stretch pass up the far side. Toby Mahaffey leaves it for Siciliano. Left wing side of the Centennial end. His shot knocked down by the glove of Busby. Puck in the left wing corner, under 30 seconds left of the power play for the Bison. Big battle for the puck. Puck comes up to the left point. Joey Siciliano across to the right point. Austin Givens. Givens a shot, missed the net to the left of Busby. Puck passed up to the left point. Joey Siciliano. Passing down the left wing side, McLean Gregory. Gregory below the goal line. Penalty time against Centennial is up. They're back at even strength. Gregory comes out to the side of the net. His shot turned away by Busby. Rebound sent around the wall and out. And we get a whistle for too many men. Too many men against Centennial. Who's going to serve it? Clayton Hodgson will go back to the box to serve it. So Station Camp back in the power play down 3-1 with 10:25 left in regulation. Draw one by Station Camp. Andrew Grooms passing it down the left wing to Mark White. Put in the slot and a shot from Connor Jenny. Stopped by Busby. Puck still in the zone. Dylan Karanjeff on the right wing side. Passing out to the blue line. Grooms back to Karanjeff. Back to Grooms. Moves over to the left point. Now passes down the left wing to White. Back up top. Grooms back down to White. Passes over to the right point and Karanjeff. And Karanjeff tried to send it to the front of the net. That was broken up by Tate Butcher, and Calvin Zacharias cleared. And he fired it on goal from center, or from his own zone, forcing Carter Galeese to make the save. Puck came back to center. Blake connects, slaps it to the other end of the rink. Puck brought back to center by Joey Siciliano. Into the Centennial zone on the left wing side. Round the back of the net. Under a minute left in the power play for Station Camp. Connor Jenny right point. Passing back down the wall. Joey Siciliano shot missed the net to the left of Busby. Mark White, no, I'm sorry, it's Austin Gibbons holding it in. Passing it over to the right point. Siciliano moves down the right wing a bit. His shot stopped. Rebound, Connor Jenny's shot stopped by Busby. I think it may have been blocked actually and cleared out. 30 seconds left of the power play for Station Camp. Puck is up in the Centennial zone. Rhett Gordon clears. Toby Mahaffey standing behind his own net. It's passed ahead to Blake Connect. McLean Gregory at center off his skates. Now Siciliano back in his own zone, behind his own net. Emerges out on the near side. Passes to center for Toby Mahaffey, right wing side of the Centennial zone. Penalty time against the Cougars is up. They're back at even strength. Mahaffey passes out high. Joyce Siciliano's shot misses the net to the right of Busby. And Blake Connect flips the puck through the air. It's out at center. Mahaffey taps it back into the Centennial zone. Blake Connect catches up to it. And he'll backhand it out. Owen Boyer gets it back into the station camp zone, but it's immediately cleared. And I think it was fired off some folk in the station camp bench. Yep, on its way down the near side. 7:56 left in regulation, still 3-1 Centennial. Drawing the dot in front of the station camp bench. One by Centennial. Puck ends up in the station camp zone. Bison with it. Sent up the far side. Tommy Siciliano leaves it off the stick of McLean Gregory. It goes into the Centennial zone. Cleared out. Now here's Owen Boyer, left wing side of the station camp zone. Drops it back to Rhett Gordon. Gordon couldn't hang on to it. Trying to go to his forehand. Puck at center again. Here is McLean Gregory. Bringing it into the Centennial zone on the right wing side. Backhands it over to the right wing side, and a shot from Toby Mahaffey. Stopped and covered up by Busby. 7:23 left in regulation. Still 3-1 Centennial. Draws to the left of Busby. Play connect with a puck. Clears it out to center. John Caesar trying to play it on the near side. It's in the station camp zone. Aiden Kramer backhanding it around the wall to the far side. And we're going to get a penalty against station camp. I think it's a cross-checking call against Mark White. Yep. 6:51 left in regulation. Centennial go back in the power play up 3-1. Draw be to the left of Galeese. One by station cam and cleared out. It's in the Centennial zone. Joey Siciliano with it, trying to back it into the front of the net. And great stop by Busby and McLean Gregory, who caught the puck cleanly from Siciliano and got off the shot. And we get a whistle because the net has been dislodged. Wow. What a save by Busby on Gregory. Draw is going to be to Busby's left. Draw by station camp and a shot stopped and covered up by Busby. That shot coming from McLean Gregory. Draw to the left of Busby again. One by Centennial. Clearing attempt held in Joyce Siciliano. His shot blocked in front by Blake Connect, who's going to skate it out. Here's Owen Boyer flicking it behind the station camp net from the left wing side. It's out at center. Siciliano, Joyce Siciliano into the Centennial zone. Crossing with Gregory. Hung onto the puck over to Gregory. Shot off his stick. Dribbled past the net. Puck cleared out. Minute left in the power play for Centennial. Here's McLean Gregory, right wing side of the Centennial zone. Tries to wrap around. And Busby got over in time. It was Joyce Siciliano, excuse me. Busby got over to the right-hand side of the net in time and stopped him. Puck on the far side. Here's Calvin Zacharias backhanding it around the wall to the near side. Calvin Zacharias. Trying to stretch pass up the far side to Nick Kloss. It was too hot. Goes for an icing. 29 seconds left of the power play. 5:20 to go in regulation. Still 3-1 Centennial. Draws to the right of Busby. As he's readjusting his blocker. Now they're ready to drop the puck. Puck out in front of the Centennial net, and a shot from Mason Campbell missed the net. Actually, no, they're saying Busby got a piece of it. Here's Nick Kloss. Behind his own net. Penalty timing at Station Camp is up. They're back at even strength. Kloss passing it up the far side. Rhett Gordon trying to deflect it. Puck shot on the Centennial goal from center by Toby Mahaffey. Stopped by Busby. Blake Butcher passing over to the far side, and Rhett Gordon. Gordon into the Station Camp zone on the left wing side. Here's Mark White inside the Centennial zone. Over to McLean Gregory. His shot in the right circle. Stopped by Busby, who jumped up to save it and then gloves and hangs onto it. 4:10 left in regulation, still 3-1. Centennial. Draw's going to be to the left. Station Camp are going to call a timeout. Timeout done. Draw to the left of Busby. Won by Centennial. Toby Mahaffey keeping alive, but pass went off a skate, came to Calvin Zacharias, who was able to clear. Here's Joey Siciliano, left wing side of the Centennial zone. The shot stopped in the long two by Busby. Draw to the right of Busby. Won by Station Camp. Riley Hunter left point. His shot stopped by Busby. And he gloves it out of the air as soon as it hit off his stick. 3:38 left in regulation. 3-1 Centennial. Draw to the right of Busby. Won by Station Camp. Toby Mahaffey tried to pass it up to the left point, and Riley Hunter, but Tate Butcher jumped in there, broke that up, and forced Brendan Mitchell to ice it. Draw be to Busby's right once more. Drawn by Station Camp and went off the stick of Mahaffey, came on goal. Busby had to stop and cover. Outside of that Nick Kloss goal earlier in this period. Centennial have not done much offensively. Station Camp have been pushing things. Draw to Busby's right yet again. It's won by the Bison. McLean Gregory backhands it down the wall. Toby Mahaffey trying to put it out in front, intercepted Tate Butcher. Passes over to Calvin Zacharias. Zacharias, left wing side of the Station Camp zone, offside. I think Butcher may have gone over the line before Zacharias did, or before the puck did. .307 to go in regulation, still 3-1 Centennial. Draw on the dot across from the Station Camp bench, won by the Cougars and fired down ice. Puck out in the left wing corner of the Centennial zone. Oh, and Andrew Grooms did a hand pass. Touched up by Centennial. Puck dumped back into the Station Camp zone, but one player to get back on side. That was Owen Boyer. Here's Dylan Karanjeff. Leaving it for Austin Givens. Givens, stretch pass ahead, intercepted and sent the other way by Blake Butcher. Cooper Davis, left wing side of the Station Camp zone, fires it past the net. Puck over on the far side, cleared out. Blake Butcher fires it back in on goal from just behind the blue line, and to be turned away by Galeese, Carter Galeese. And now the puck on the stick of Cooper Davis, and his shot broken up, and then it comes to Rhett Gordon near the left-hand side of the net, and he scores his second of the game to make it 4-1. Centennial with 1:54 to go in regulation. And he's probably just sealed up their survival in the next round. Draw one by Station Camp, brought into the Centennial zone. Puck sent around the wall to the far side. Jaden Robertson puts it in front, intercepted by Brendan Mitchell. He'll carry it to center. Mitchell into the Station Camp zone on the right wing side. Goes to the inboards. Now Calvin Zacharias. Puck now back in the Centennial zone. Blake Connect with it. Connect through center. Into the Station Camp zone on the left wing side. Now Brendan Mitchell trying to backhand it over to the slot. Comes to Jaden Robertson, who leaves it for Sam Wiseman, who carries it into the Centennial zone. Last minute of regulation. Here's Robertson trying to backhand it in front off the stick of Nick Kloss and ends up behind the net. Puck comes out in front. Score! Patrick McCarthy. No, I'm sorry, it's Mason Campbell. Standing near the left-hand side of the net, sliding it underneath Busby and in. And it is 4-2 Centennial with 52.1 seconds left. Draw one by Centennial. Puck out at center. Now brought back into the Centennial zone by Tommy Siciliano, and his shot gloved and held onto by Busby. Draw me to Busby's left. Puck ends up in the right wing corner. Centennial with it. 30 seconds left in regulation. Owen Boyer flips it through the air and out to center. Joey Siciliano brings it back in. McLean Gregory got onside just in time. Siciliano whiffs on a shooting attempt. Puts the puck out in front. Tommy Siciliano couldn't keep it on his stick. Shot from Toby Mahaffey hit the top of the crossbar into the netting above the glass. 10.7 seconds to go. 4-2 Centennial. Draw is going to be to the left of David Busby. Draw one by Station Camp. Shot blocked. The net is empty for the Bison. Brendan Mitchell ices the puck. Why bother? Not going to score twice in 2.3 seconds. Draw is going to be to the left of Busby again. I didn't know the Station Camp net was empty. Not that it matters because season's going to be over for them in 2.3 seconds. And Station Camp going to change the entire line or change some of it for this final draw of their season. And that's it. Centennial survived the first round of Hine Cup cuts as they beat Station Camp 4-2. And the Bison's season is over. All right, folks, I got some scores to send out on the text alert system. So just bear with me. It's going to be a bit. I got 3 more to send. Hold on, folks. It's going to be a little bit longer, just a little bit longer. I'm delaying because I'm hoping we get a Summit Franklin final before we go off the air. Let me update my bracket too while I'm at it. Hine Cup is now more than halfway over. Okay, so the only score we're waiting on is the Franklin Summit game. Let me see if I can get an update on that. So the goal scorers in this one, for Station Camp, it was Tommy Siciliano and Mason Campbell. For Centennial, 2 goals from Rhett Gordon, and the other 2 came from Calvin Zacharias and Nick Kloss. I'm going to split the Player of the Game award between David Busby and Rhett Gordon, because Station Camp made a late push, and David Busby had to make a lot of big saves. So Rhett Gordon and David Busby are our co-players of the game for this one. Let me find the Station Camp roster, because it's their last game of the season. They're going home. Station Camp will be saying goodbye to 3 players this year. Connor Jenny, Reese McCormick, and Sam Wiseman will be graduating. Station Camp's bringing back a 10-player strong senior class next year. Austin Givens, Aiden Kramer, Joey Siciliano, Jaden Robertson, Dylan Karen Jeff, Braden Croxford, Mason Campbell, Mac Miles, Keaton Howard, and Kelton Crisp. A lot of those big names in there, like the older Siciliano, Robertson. Of course, their younger players include Carter Galeese, who got better as a goaltender as the year went on, McLean Gregory, Mikey Bernier, Riley Hunter. Okay, so there's a minute left in the game between Franklin and Summit, so I'm going to hold on and wait for the final score. And Toby Mahaffey will also be back. He's a sophomore. Mark White is a sophomore. So I think Station Camp will have a pretty good team next year, as long as they don't lose like a Siciliano or a Mahaffey or a White or a bunch of those guys decide not to come back. Station Camp should be a pretty good team next year. So I'm going to pick up the rosters that I need to keep, because seasons aren't over yet, and I'm going to get out the folder here and wait on the Summit Franklin game to see which roster I need to pull out and put in the recycling when I get home tonight. Where's the Indy roster? Here it is. I'm going to set the Station Camp roster up here with it. So the Hine Cup is more than halfway over. The Preds Cup will be more than halfway over by the end of actually both tournaments. The Hine Cup will be 2/3 over after Wednesday night. They've only got 2 Hine Cup games on Wednesday. The losers bracket quarterfinals. The Preds Cup have 3 games, both winners bracket semis and the other first round losers bracket game. So that tournament will be just past halfway over. The Predators Cup will be just past halfway over. Wow, Franklin win 6-3. So Franklin, wow, the 1 seed is out. Wow. Franklin survive. The first round of cuts. And the 1 seed is out. The 1 seed went 2 and out. So Franklin will play on February 21st against the Father Ryan Ainsworth loser. And so the night in GNASH is done. 7 games, 7 final scores. Where's the Summit roster? There it is. So I'm going to set the Franklin roster back over with a folder here. So who does Summit say goodbye to? I got to pull up my roster from last year. I know Preston Hart is a senior. He was one of the seniors. Wow, that's unbelievable. The 1 seed is the first team to go. That is insane. Let's see here. Summit will be saying goodbye to Daniel Lawrence, James Gilmartin. That's a big loss on offense. Daniel Lawrence is a big loss on defense. Gavin Smith, Preston Hart. But they're bringing back a lot of talent next year. Cam White, he's also graduating. Well, that's a big loss, too, on offense. They're bringing back a lot of talent next year, and Chris Oram, the Brentwood head coach who lives out in College Grove, tells me that a lot of people from California who have kids who play hockey have moved out to College Grove, and those kids all go to Page. So Page have a pipeline being built up by California transplants. So Summit Page should be fine for the near future. All right, so the night in GNASH is done, and let's go over the final scores from this evening. Ainsworth Nolensville Lipscomb beat Mount Juliet Wilson Central Green Hill 8-3. Brentwood beat Independence Ravenwood 8-2, so Indy season is over. Father Ryan beat Pope Prep MLK GCA 2-1 in overtime. Hendersonville beats Gallatin beat the Tennessee Outlaws 5-3 to claim the first spot in the Hine Cup winners bracket final next week. And then the Rutherford Rampage claimed the second by beating USNBA Nashville Christian FRA Good Pasture 5-2. Franklin knocked Summit Page out 6-3, and Centennial knocked Station Camp Liberty Creek out 4-2. So 13 teams are still playing GNASH hockey in the 2023-24 season. But 3 more will be eliminated on Wednesday night. Wednesday night, the action gets underway at 7:10 here on Rink A at Centennial. The Predators Cup winners bracket semifinal between 6-seeded Father Ryan and 2-seeded Ainsworth Nolensville Lipscomb. 7:30 on on the North Rink at Antioch. In a Hine Cup losers bracket quarterfinal, it'll be USNBA Nashville Christian FRA Good Pasture taking on Centennial. 8:30 on Rink B over at Centennial, the other Hine Cup losers bracket quarterfinal between the Outlaws and Brentwood. 8:40 here on Rink A at Centennial, the other Preds Cup winners bracket semi between Ravenwood and NBA, and then at 9:15 over on the North Rink in Antioch, the second Preds Cup elimination game between Mount Juliet and Pope. On Wednesday, we'll be back here at Centennial on Rink A for the Preds Cup Winners Bracket Semi doubleheader. We'll be on the air at 7:05 for a 7:10 face-off between Father Ryan and Ensworth, and then 8:35 for an 8:40 face-off between Ravenwood and MBA. Well, I said a long night at the rink, a triple header, and we got through all three of our games this evening. Again, our final scores today: Brentwood 8, Independence Ravenwood 2-2. Indy season is over. Hendersonville Beach Gallatin 5, Tennessee Outlaws 3. Hendersonville Beach Gallatin on to the Hine Cup Winners Bracket Final next Wednesday, February 21st, to take on the Rampage. And then just now, our final score in the nightcap: Centennial 4, Station